Hello and welcome back to the next episode of Terra Invicta Exodus. Now, last episode was quite confusing why everything with the federations is the way it is. I'm not 100% sure exactly why it happened the way it did happen. Now, what I want to do now is, okay, let's first finish stuff here. Yeah, let's take this project, in fact, it's going to be nice. Well, I'm going to put the caliphate back into the Indonesian Union. But we are going to select Indonesia to start that federation. And we are going to start working here on the wars to finish up Austronesia. Basically, we have about half a year until we can merge everything together. Now, what do we need to do? We need to do another federation with Australia and New Zealand.
Acknowledged.
We're going to stabilize the realm a bit. Do we need in China too? No, that's fine. Then we're going to need another national policy here to federate with the caliphate again. And now we need to take over Singapore. For this we need a navy. And we need a navy here in Indonesia. Therefore, direct investments, I'm going to build a navy here. So we need to invest 100, which is almost taking all the money I got currently. That's of course not ideal, but that's the fastest way now. So, confirm. And now we got a navy on our army here.
What's the op?
However, what we need to do is to make sure that they don't protect each other. So we need to get rid of India and Japan, and we need to get rid of Singapore here, of alliance partners here, and also we want to go after the Pacific states. Now, I do think I want to start with the Pacific states as it's easy, it doesn't have any allies, and I can...
Where do you need me?
Let's in fact use Elisa for the war declaration here.
Heading to the capital. At your service.
And Brooklyn too. And then we can repurpose our officer here to do a coup d'etat in... Singapore is good. And Philippines is also not going to be a problem. Therefore, let's start with Singapore. Going to invest 16 ops to make sure that it works. And yeah, now in between a lot of stuff finished and we are up to 9.4k signs, which basically doubled what we had before. And I'm basically only pushing the global text now from now on. It's going to be most important now. And I think most of the Earth stations are now done. Some mining, some stations here on Mercury are under construction still. Also, there's a lot of optimization work which we can do, but I need to have a positive income again before I do accidentally waste all of our resources. And the 2 settlement mining bases are under construction here too. And in that regard, let's just continue. Okay, we just had another bug. We conquered the Congo for the caliphate. And as far as I know, you don't get claims there. How it's called? Lubumbashi here. Lubumbashi, where are you? Yeah. I don't think there is a claim here. However, that means that we are finished here, more or less. That's a remnant of the East African Federation now. It's 130 million people. which we can at some point get into the... Let's check it out. So East African Federation here, could we... Yeah, after 170 days we could make a federation here. If we want to. What we are going to do and send all our armies home. Because then there's no more conquering we can in fact do. That's weird, that shouldn't have happened. But well. I don't think that we can hold the East African Federation though. We should pump into unity a lot to make it more likable to us, but let's see what happens here.
Offering assistance.
Okay, I'm going to continue. Okay, we have finished nuclear fusion in space, and now the big question is again, what do we need to do? So let's check it out again. Launch facility here. We have these two, we have ultra capacitors running. Titanic spacecraft is still running, so we can go for arc lasers now. And then afterwards, when ultra capacitors is done, the two fusion techs here, one fusion tech and the phased array lasers is available. So arc lasers it is. And I want to finish the purification method here. And then afterwards, I do think I want to do the tech which increases metal income if we have it available. Okay, we don't. Okay, I need to search it. Okay, bad news. The deep space metallurgy is in fact hidden behind applied artificial intelligence and administrative algorithms. Two techs I probably don't want to take anymore. So we are going to have a metal problem. We have to face it. In that regard, that's a problem. But yeah, can happen. So we are going to go here into... we're not going to push these techs, instead we are going to push the global techs forward continuously now. Okay, we have finished exotic materials. Okay, and after exhausted analysis and stress tests, we have little idea of what a material truly is. We do, however, know what it is not. Well, okay. Allows faction to amass stockpiles of exotics. We still have our 091 from our ship kill. Following projects: exotic armor, exotic nanowire battery, and exotic heat sinks. Okay.
Our mission is clear, Director. We must salvage as much of this exotic material as possible for Project Exodus to go forward.
Okay, while we still have only the crudest understanding of the structure, the engineering effect, as far as we can discern, is to directly modify the physical properties of whatever substance they are bonded with. Okay, so long as we have a sufficient supply of exotic visual, anything is possible. Despite all our efforts, producing exotics remains far beyond our capabilities. For the foreseeable future, we will only have whatever we can scavenge or steal from the aliens. Research the exotic hybrid systems. Okay, there already is. Research exotic hybrids. Build army, navy, military. Okay. Let's get started on it right away. I'm researching also rapid repairing materials, because we need that army repair rate currently. We are taking way too much damage in the conquest of Indonesia here, and therefore I'm pushing it a bit. Well, climate change has reached 1.5 degrees. I'm going to say we are leaving anyway. And we are getting closer, in fact. Local economic boom. Yet let's let the good times rolling.
Target destroyed.
And in fact, we are currently making 11.3k signs. And it's looking good. Looking really, really good. I'm only a little bit worried about our metal income, so let's see how that's going to develop. Everything else is going to progress nicely. The first integration here with Taiwan can happen in February, so that's like in 1 to 2.5 months, 3 months in fact. Yeah, almost exactly 3 months. And I'm really looking forward to that. And then later on the caliphate. However, the caliphate for some reason is put to 30th of August. I don't know why it's 1 year until I can integrate Indonesia. So that's... I don't get the cooldowns here. It's really weird. But whatever. And then it's only in August next year that we can make our mega nation. Okay, we finished ultracapacitors as a project, a global tech in fact. Now, therefore we can now go into, I think it was terawatt fusion reactors which we're going to need. Yeah, interstellar launch facility is already listed here. Therefore, that's what we are going to take. Now, next in line is going to be arc lasers, because after arc lasers we have to go into, I think it's phased array lasers. And therefore let's push it. Meanwhile, the annexation of the Philippines is almost done. There we go. And next is going to be Singapore, and then we are basically finished. Now, what's the status of our armies here? They are slightly damaged, but that's fine. I'm going to move them here and move the other one over there too. Yeah, and then we are really, really getting close. Now, as one of the last things of this episode, I'm going to finish the mission phase, in fact. I want to invest the money we currently have available. And our Griffin autopsy is done. I think I want to continue on... Is there anything interesting here? Battery farms, mines, more. Well, that's not too urgent. I don't think we need anything here currently. Nothing urgently necessary. Therefore, I think let's make it easy. Let's research ferricide resistance. And yeah, finish the mission phase. Okay. And now I want to invest the money we got into the caliphate, in fact. So let's invest all we got here. It's 102, 72k, almost 300 influence on top. So that's going to push us how far? Let's see. 1.3k currently, 7.4 here, 4.6 there. Yeah, almost 0.3 in government score, that's useful. And almost 100 more in science here, that's really, really good. Really, really good. The inequality is also falling, GDP is still going up. And the cohesion is around 5, so that's all nice and useful. Here I'm going to make a cut for this episode. We have finished even more research universities here. I think I built too many, to be honest, but well, it is how it is. I'm just only a little bit worried that we might hit our MC cap and then we have a problem. So I don't know, let's see and wait what happens. But that's something for the next episode. Therefore, see you next time.